Don't be a stranger in the night. Take a chance for some romance. Don't cover your eyes.
Hey guys, so I love to see like a second video to a freezer prep video because I like to see how everybody uses the food that they prepped for the freezer. So I thought I would do a part 2 to my freezer meals video, and I will have that linked in the description box below. So this is one of the roast that I put together. It's just the pot roast, carrots, and onions, and a couple of beef bouillon cubes, and one packet of Lipton onion soup mix. So I cooked that on low for probably 8 hours. And I've been on a huge salad kick lately, but it's because I've been craving Thousand Island dressing for whatever reason. So I fixed me a salad with mine with some pickles, of course, and Thousand Island dressing and this salad toppings, and it was delicious. My boys had some cheesy mashed potatoes and boxed macaroni and cheese with theirs, and we always use ranch dressing over our roast. So on this night, I am cooking the teriyaki chicken thighs, and I learned a hard lesson putting this one in the crock pot because, of course, the way you freeze it is the way it comes out frozen, and I didn't set this out the night before in the refrigerator, so I have a very, very hard time getting it out. I do end up having to cut the bag, but I eventually got it, and I cooked it for a few hours. And then I just heated the cilantro lime rice up in the microwave. And I served it on top of that with just some green onions. I do wish I would have kept some of the teriyaki sauce or maybe had another bottle on hand because it was a little dry and needed some more sauce, but it was good. So we are having taco salads tonight. And I'm going to use a little bit of the meat to make a small pot of taco soup because I want to make some nachos instead of taco salad for myself. So I just pulled out 2 of the taco packs. It is $5.26. I've got this on high. I am going to get in the shower and let that warm up. And then when I get out, I'm going to cut up all of the toppings and everything for the taco salad and then get ready to turn this into taco soup for myself. This is my youngest son's bowl. He just wanted some of the taco meat with cheese and sour cream, and then I gave him some Fritos chips on the side. And then my oldest son's plate is some of the Fritos, taco meat, lettuce, cheese, tomatoes, sour cream, and salsa. I believe that's it. So that is my oldest son's plate. He is not picky like my little one. And this is the meat left that I'm going to make the taco soup with. And I ended up making the taco soup for my nachos the next day at my mama's house. So I just put that leftover taco meat in a pot and heated it up. I'm going to add a can of corn, black beans, pinto beans, a can of diced tomatoes, and then a couple of tablespoons of the ranch powdered seasoning. I have some lettuce and tomatoes from the tacos the night before, some cheese, salsa, jalapenos, green onions, and this zesty ranch sauce that I love from Walmart. And then I had a little container of the jalapeno cheddar cheese dip. So I'm just putting everything together in the pot and then adding the ranch powdered seasoning. I'm going to get that stirred up really well, put a lid on it, and let it simmer for 30 to 45 minutes. And then I will start putting my nachos together.
Maybe I'm a bird following the seasons. This is what I've learned. I'm different for a reason. Kept the engine on, never stay too long.
So I start with just putting some tortilla chips in a bowl. This bowl is massive. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it is larger than my hand. which is perfect for a messy meal like nachos. So now I'm just going to layer everything in and get my nachos put together. So I added the taco soup, cheese, salsa, lettuce, and then some green onions and jalapenos, the cheese sauce, and then I'm going to put some of that zesty ranch sauce right over the top of it, and that will be my nachos. I always use leftover taco soup to make nachos. It's always a way to use up leftovers. Hello, it is Sunday. This is one of the roasts that I prepped in my last freezer meal prep video, and I will have that linked below. I've had this on high since about 9 o'clock this morning, I think, and we are getting ready to go out for the day, and this will be dinner. So I'm just gonna add these potatoes, season them up, and then I've actually already put it on low from high, and this will be our dinner for Sunday night. So I'm going to add some onion powder and garlic powder to these potatoes. So now I'm just taking a pack of limited onion soup mix, the dry mix, and I'm just going to put it right over the top of everything. And there's already some liquid in there. And that's it. Just gonna let it cook all day. So these potatoes and everything look like they have cooked entirely too long, and that's because they did. We actually had a wreck on the way home on that night, so we were a few hours later than expected. My daughter had to be transferred to a hospital outside of our area because of head trauma. She did end up being okay. All of her tests come back fine. So this is the next day that I am cooking this rice-a-roni beef flavored rice to go with my roast. And I'm just heating up the roast and potatoes and carrots in the microwave. Then I'm going to serve it with this rice. So what happened was we were pulling off from a red light, and the SUV behind us slammed into us. We didn't even see the wreck coming because the SUV behind them was looking down at his phone and running about 50 miles an hour and never saw the red light or anybody in front of him. So he kind of just plowed through everybody. We are all okay. Still dealing with the insurance company, but we are all okay, and that is all that matters. So for this lunch prep with the meatloaf and mashed potatoes, I just heated up a can of green beans with that and threw the meatloaf and potatoes in the microwave, and that was my lunch. We are using another one of the taco meats from freezer prep tonight, and I'm just going to stick it in my crock pot on warm because it is 4:30 and my crock pot gets super hot. It doesn't heat up in time. I'll check it and then turn it up, but my son is not coming home for his lunch break until about 6:15 and bringing a couple of friends with him to eat dinner, so I don't need it for another hour and a half or so, and it should heat up just fine on warm. So I'm just gonna throw that in here and get the lid on it and let it cook. By the way, I did defrost this overnight in the refrigerator, so it wouldn't be just one big old frozen block that was hard to get into the crock pot. Now I'm just gonna let it heat up. It is right at 6 o'clock, so my son will be here soon. I have the taco meat ready, and I'm gonna heat these soft tortillas up in the microwave when they get here. And then I just set out some shredded cheese, salsa, and I love this on my tacos. I found this at Walmart, zesty ranch sauce, so I set that out, some Ortega, and some sour cream. And that will be dinner for tonight. So I don't feel like having anything else for dinner. I don't really feel like cooking a big meal. So that's what's left of the taco meat. And I'm just gonna add that to this fried rice from Trader Joe's. It's the one without the chicken. It's just fried rice. And I'm gonna add a little bit of onion to it. And that may not sound good to some people, but it sounds good to me right now, and I will let y'all know how it was. All right, so this is my dinner. I mixed the taco meat in with the rice, and it needed a little something extra, so I put about a tablespoon or two of salsa right on top, and then some of that zesty ranch sauce. That's gonna be my dinner for tonight. And for the chili, I always just throw that in the crock pot on low for a few hours and let it heat through. I did learn my lesson with sitting these meals out of the freezer the night before, so it makes it a lot easier to get it to go in the crock pot. But that's it. I just put a lid on it and let it cook for a few hours. And I added some cheese and jalapenos to mine, served it, of course, with some pickles and some Tostitos Scoops chips. And that's what I did with both of the bags of chili that I froze. And for the turkey kielbasa with peppers and onions on brown rice meal prep, that was for my lunches, but it can also be for dinner, of course. But I just popped those in the microwave for about a minute, and that is my lunch for the day. That is going to be all for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget, I will have the part 1 listed below.
Come pick me up 'cause I just wanna see the light.